to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational. But that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory. Last forever.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
The world is changing.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clements Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change never hurt, huh?
Look for the download links at pasnetwork.net or tailgatetalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is Michael Parker, head football coach at Clements High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Well, good. I should say welcome back. Oh, I've only got one ear. Good Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here on WKAC, the Big 1080. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Todd the Bot is on his way. He's going to come in sliding sideways and be with us here in just a second. We got a great show lined up for you this morning. We're going to be talking a lot of Limestone County Hall of Fame sports, folks. But before we get into that, look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls, as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular podcast platforms. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. You can call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. Our call-in guests come in via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. In the special guest segment, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Yellow Heifer. Good Lord.
Yellow Heifer.
Yellow Hammer Roofing. employer of my sweet wife, Debbie Ramsey. So we love it. She's doing a good job out there. All right, back to our show. Clint, you're quiet, man.
Just got called up from AAA Oklahoma City Dodgers to be with you guys.
Oh, well, that's awesome, dude.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Greg Young, hopefully we'll have all three of these guys. Greg Young, Jeff Hodges, Barry Devine of the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame will be joining us. We'll be talking nominees or inductees, not nominees this week. There comes the man.
God, you look good.
He is. He's half the man he used to be right now. Bless his heart. Awesome. Looking great, T. Todd. Our voice of it's like I haven't been on the show for 2 weeks or something. Our voice of the Havoc, Clay Coleman, would be joining us. Freak Daddy, and our Swami of the SEC, AP Steadham, will join us, and the head softball coach at Clements, Jessica Wallace, will be joining us. Will she be in studio here?
Yeah, she's coming in.
All right, cool.
That's awesome.
And AP Steadham, our Swami of the SEC. Hey, Todd.
What's going on?
Man, it's all your world, brother.
I got a public service announcement. The words coming out of my mouth do not reflect those of WKC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, or our producer extraordinary, Tim Lambert.
I think about them before they come out.
Oh, I have thought about them.
Hey, we got to give a shout out to our buddy Josh Carey. He lost his doggy this week, man.
I meant to comment on that. I was driving when I saw that note.
Bless his heart.
You were driving.
That was tough, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was stopped at a stop.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
I wasn't like actually.
I thought you.
What'd you do to your finger, man?
Oh, dude, I tape it up all the time.
Do you really?
I got to have surgery on it.
No.
Ric Flair got a blade in there.
That's right. I'm finna pull it out. There's a cut. Got to bleed. I bleed for every show.
Absolutely.
Looks like Todd's got him a major sponsor, Under Armour, along with H&H Barbecue out there. Hickory House.
I miss H&H. My gosh. Best onion rings in the world.
Every time I drive home, I miss Catfish. Man, even though Cafe 72 out there, you got to stop in there. But, man, Catfish Inn was a joint back then.
Yes, it was. That was y'all. That was Clements area's H&H.
That's right.
Tim's Limestone.
That's right.
So your
PSA was what was the one over there on Nick Davis Road?
That's it.
Hickory House.
Hickory House was there where 306 is now.
Aha, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's the good old days.
So what's your PSA?
Oh, stinking ALDOT. For those that don't know, Alabama Department of Transportation.
Absolutely.
Y'all stink. I mean, and everybody knows you stink, but come out here. Please redo the lights on 72, the intersections of 72 and the interstate. And there's potholes all up and down 72 West, like between Madison and East Limestone Road. Yeah, just waiting for that wreck to happen any day now. Somebody swerving to miss the big potholes and going to somebody else's line of traffic. So, yeah.
It'll be 3 lanes of traffic both directions within the next 10 years.
It'll have to be. If anybody wants to move on it.
That's right.
The growth in this area is just overwhelming.
It's outstanding.
Success, and it's great, I guess, but certainly not our small hometown anymore.
No, it's not. No, I carried Dad to carry him somewhere for medical issue, doctor in Huntsville or something. So I took the Greenbrier Parkway now. I says, so this is why the place is growing. And you pass Amazon, and then you pass. I said, but wait for this one. And then Mazda Toyota is like 10 square miles of manufacturing facility. And he goes, I'm glad I won't be around to see the rest of this stuff, man.
Well, I mean, it's great. Like we were going to a wrestling show in Trinity last night, and just going through, on Mooresville there, and where they're doing all the work, and they're especially about the interstate where Buc-ee's and all that is. And growing up, I guess we didn't think about it, right? It was just all farmland, right? Cotton and then soybeans and then corn or whatever, progressed through the years. But I mean, I just never really realized how much land was really there until you start seeing it cleared for construction and. Wow.
I tell you, every time I cross Highway 31 coming from Tanner, I think about my senior year in high school. Johnny Ellison, you remember Johnny?
Hello, Johnny.
Johnny left his cleats at his house, right?
Yep.
And we've got a baseball game that day. So I've got my old 67 Ford Fairlane.
Yep, I remember where Johnny lived, too.
And we're crossing 72. We're getting close. And the yellow light hits. I said, okay, I can take it. And Johnny's going, don't do it, Tom. Don't do it, Tom. What?
Oh, big old deal.
All 4 wheels come off the ground. And then I landed in the median and hit the next one and lost. And I was like, I won't ever do that again.
No,
but the good thing is Johnny got his shoes.
You got your cleats, right?
We got the cleats, yes. That was the main thing.
That's right.
I looked over and Johnny was in the floorboard.
Yeah, we probably weren't wearing seatbelts back then.
No seatbelts in the fair lanes.
Hey guys, how about the trip to Huntsville? Every once in a while, when I did good, I got to go to a place called Loveman's Mall.
Oh yeah,
Lord, there's a memory.
But do you remember the only thing you would see when you went through Madison, where now it's that Mexican restaurant in the hospital? It used to be like a little burial ground way off the road. There was about 3 or 4 graves up there.
Yeah,
and then that was it, man. It wasn't nothing all the way down to Loveman's where you carry your pennies in there and throw it in the middle, man.
Yeah. Wow, that was a couple years ago.
It seemed like it used to take forever to get.
I know. It still does, though.
No, it takes worse now.
Yeah, because of the traffic. Just looking at all the farmland back then.
But you're right. To us, back then, Huntsville was going to the big city.
That's right.
For us. I mean.
You did good, man. We're going to Loveman's. Yeah. Hey, but, the positive about this growth is, man, there's no way you think about 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade students in Limestone County. There's no excuse, no reason why they don't have a job if they choose not to go to college.
Oh, that's true.
There's
even
no
or tech school or anything.
Right,
there's trades available. I mean, somebody's got to build all this stuff, Go to school to learn to build it. And then once it's built, have a degree to work in those buildings.
This is one thing I remember from high school. If you're going to go to college, do not go to the Limestone Trade School. I mean, just for me. Because if you're going to go to college, you need all the math you can get. And you can't get the math at the technical center. Now, if you don't want to go to college and you want a great trade,
that's where to go.
That's where you need to focus on.
But I think, and I don't know,
electrician, plumbing,
trade schools really expanded their. I don't know what curriculum. I guess
that's
is like a better word, right? I mean,
they have. But what's so funny is, man, we're 80s dudes, and we still call it the vocational school. Trade school. And now it's called the Career Technical Center. Yeah. And like you said, man, there's everything from auto mechanics to
Clay Good, my buddy over there.
He sure is doing a great job. And then we got to be a nurse. You can go down there to be a teacher. You go there to be a policeman. It's whatever you want to be. Yeah. You just got to do it. And I don't. We didn't have that option when we were in high school.
I went in for drafting. So and I spent 2.5 years for drafting. Loved it. Yeah. But then when I got to Calhoun, I couldn't do a basic business math. I forgot all my algebra skills.
I went straight to math 99, baby.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, let's toss it over to producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert for
Scores and more.
All righty, we had some baseball yesterday. Speaking of Calhoun, they played a couple of games down in Florida. Lost them both, though. Pensacola State won 10-0 in their first game. Then Chipola College also beat them 10-4. James Clements beat Smith Station 9-0. In soccer, I can hear you, right? I'll swap with you in the break here.
Okay.
All right. Soccer, Brewer boys beat East Limestone 6-0, but the East Limestone girls came out on top 10-0. And that's all my scores. Congratulations to James Clements Grant Gage. He signed a baseball scholarship with Wallace State.
Sweet.
Yesterday, day before. And upcoming shows, we will be live at the VBC with the Huntsville Havoc here in about, 2 or 3 weeks.
March 11th.
March 11th is the exact date. So there you go. 2 weeks. Scores and more. Brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. And I mentioned Calhoun. Calhoun women are going to the ACCC tournament. They are number 3 in the standings, so they made the tournament. It's going to be played over at
that's really good.
Alabama A&M.
Yeah, that's great.
Coach CBV.
By the way, a nice venue. I watched them play the other night on ESPNU. What a nice arena they've built up there at Alabama A&M.
Cool. Them play Is that where the tournament will be?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as much fun as we've had, it's time to take a break, pay some bills. We'll be right back. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Dakota McNair from West Limestone High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It's 2023, and it's the year of the gig. Gig Speed Internet has the power to change lives, starting right where you live. Slay your workouts this year. Stream your sets. Track your runs. Chart your gains. Call WKNT at 877-954-8748 to get your gig life started today. That's 877-954-8748.
Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clements sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hi, this is former NFL quarterback Don Horn, member of the Super Bowl II Green Bay Packer champions, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I said I'm all about that action.
Good. Lord have mercy. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm serious. It's like I've been gone for 2 weeks. I couldn't say it if I had a mouthful, AP. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Steadham, our Swami of the
Todd, it's a shirt. It's a shirt.
That'll do it every time.
Hey, how you doing, AP?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
There you go. He don't miss.
Well, he's a pro.
He's a pro.
He is a pro. You're a very great amateur. You're getting there. You're getting there, Tom.
About that,
but AP is just a pro. That's all we can say.
Hey, good morning. How's everybody?
We're good, bud. We're good. How's AP?
I'm good. I'm actually in New Orleans.
Nice.
I'm gonna attend this HBCU Legacy game.
Awesome. Who's playing
this afternoon? It's to be the Gaither team. You know, Jake Gaither was the fantastic coach at Florida A&M. Okay. And then the other team is Robinson, of course, Coach Robinson and Grambling State. So I've seen Doug Williams and quarterback at Grambling's here, and Parnell Dickinson from Mississippi Valley State, and Jimmy Giles from Alcorn State, the great tight end. So a lot of those personalities. Mel Blount, we were with Mel Blount.
Wow.
That's a lot of history between those schools and stuff. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Mel Blount is the biggest cornerback I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the man could hit. Boy.
Yeah, he could.
He lights you up.
He was big and can run. Oh, my goodness.
That is awesome.
But so we're here for this game and looking forward. They're going to play over at Tulane, which is I think that's called Yeoman Stadium, I believe that is.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called. I mean, I've been there before because I scouted Cincinnati the year that they might play in the playoffs. I went to see Cincinnati and Tulane. So yeah, I've been to that stadium a few times.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of the week, and I guess that being Brandon Miller and all the good Alabama stuff going on. I watched a little bit of Game Day this morning on ESPN,
right.
And it seems like they've settled down their, I won't say rhetoric, but their tone from earlier in the week, and they're coming to the understanding that if the young man hadn't been charged, which he hadn't, then it's probably okay for him to play. But and I know there's two sides to everything, right? Does it look good from people on the outside? No, probably not. I mean, but if there's not enough evidence to charge him with a crime, then why not let him play? I don't know. What are your thoughts on the whole deal?
Well, I figured this. I always follow the John Madden script for rules. Be on time, pay attention, and play like hell when I tell you. So I don't need all these other rules. There was all these legislation passed, and district attorney, they have all the rules. So if you break the rule, they're going to charge you. So he didn't break any rules. Did he make some mistakes? Yeah. Probably so. But I believe that was a legal gun that Darius owned. Was that correct? Didn't he have a permit, right?
That's from what I understood, yeah.
Right. So he returned his property, is what he did, essentially. Now, you can tie it to him and saying that was the gun that was used in the death of that young woman, which it was. But it had nothing to do with Brandon. It wasn't his gun. He was just returning the property just like he would return any type of property. And like you said, if the district attorney didn't charge him, then why should I penalize him?
Right.
I'll give him, I'll get Darius, and it's too late to really do something for him at this time, really. But at least Brandon, you could say, okay, Brandon, next time, maybe just try to think things out and do a better job of, functioning in life and trying to, protect your friends.
Yeah.
And when I say protect them, I mean, if you see somebody making a mistake, you could say, tell them to hesitate. Hey, let's think about this for a moment. I really need to bring this to you. Why do you want it?
Exactly.
I'm going home for the night. It'll be at the house when you get there. You can pick it up.
Right.
I mean, all those things come up, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how you could transfer what happened that night to Brandon. I don't see how you can do that.
No, either.
I just don't.
And I know the family's upset, but it's just nothing there.
Yeah, I have family members that own guns. I don't own a gun. But if I return the gun to them, they did something, nobody's going to accuse me of something. I don't believe.
Shouldn't.
I didn't do anything. Just return somebody's property. So that's the way I view it. And the more, I would say he gave his statement, or the attorney gave the statement, I would just let it be. You've done everything you could. I don't think you need to rehash it or retell your story. You told the story, and that's the facts as you see it, and just leave it as is. But I would be, if I was Alabama, I would be as transparent as I could. They could see my backbone, and that way you have the narrative. You're telling your story the way you believe it happened, and that's would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to kind of transfer to a different story, and I don't know if you even saw it. I didn't even see it until last night, to be honest. But did you see the story about the Miami Women Hurricane basketball team getting sanctioned by the NCAA over some NIL stuff?
No, I sure did not.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, I told people with this NIL, I mean, you literally have to rob a bank or something.
Yeah. Well, so just to briefly kind of say what happened. So Haley and Hannah Cavender were some twins that played at another school that transferred into Miami. And there's a big booster there for the Hurricanes. He signed over 100 athletes to NIL deals. He has a company called Life Wallet. And I guess undoubtedly the twins were the specific target. Now, they weren't sanctioned. They weren't suspended or anything like that. Just the school was. And they lost a lot. They lost I think $5,000 or $10,000 worth of money to their budget. I think maybe some other recruiting violations and stuff. But anyway, it's just it's interesting to see that, because like you said, it's kind of the Wild Wild West, and there was almost, to me, seemingly no way to even to control any aspect of it. I mean, this Ruiz guy just is going out and signing all these athletes to his company. Some of them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know what the Twins got paid, but I would argue that that's just another way to buy athletes. I mean, and this is going to sound very ugly, but let's be honest. How much advertising can he truly get from women's college basketball players?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. This is the thing that I didn't quite understand. When the athlete has to pursue the deal, then you have to bring the deal to the university or the college, and they have to approve. So then what happens when the agent is refused by the university or the college? Who's going to be the arbitrator of that dispute?
Exactly.
And I don't know what those women did exactly with the basketball team, but I'm interested to read this now that you mentioned it. But I mean, there's two women athletes at Fresno State. They make about $1 million a year. They're sisters.
Yes.
I mean, I never heard of them, and I follow women's basketball, sometimes, and here they are. They have the ability to make $1 million. I mean, the right guard at Alabama is not making $1 million, right?
No.
But and that's what everybody wanted. I have value. I want to be able to earn money. Well, they knew how to parlay their looks and appeal and their brand. Fresno State women's basketball making $1 million. I mean, the story was in the New York Post.
Yep.
You can read about them.
Yep.
So, but to Miami to be, and I don't know if this is correct, but are they the first school that was penalized for an NIL violation?
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard it yet, and I'm really interested to find out what was the violation.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, because if you read into the story, like, there's nothing NCAA can do to Ruiz, who was the guy who, sanctioned the money and all that. There's nothing they did. I mean, all they did was drop a fine and a few, other things to the women's basketball program. But it never really, I never really understood, or never really stated exactly how it was broken. Unless it was like you said, the athlete's supposed to be the one to pursue it, and obviously that's not the case. These people that got the money are the ones that are pursuing the kids.
Right. Yeah, they have this collective. So as I understand the collective, anyone can contribute to the collective. And then I don't think the university could be involved. A lot of times they'll hire the compliance officer to be head of the collective, and that's separate from the university. And then they receive the money, and then they have the athlete make some appearances or whatever to satisfy the NIL deal. That's the way I understand it. Or a person like the gentleman in Miami, he can pursue the athletes because the athletes have representation, and they come up with a deal, and then that deal is presented to the university for approval. That's the two ways that I understand the NIL.
Yeah. Oh, so look here real quick. So I just kind of glanced on this. So I guess what got him in trouble was Miami coach Katie Meyer is the one who initiated the contact between the girls and Ruiz. So that's where it stems. Yeah, I see. Yeah. So she's one that facilitated. Like she sent him a text message saying, "Hey, I'll definitely let the girls know exactly who you are and what you want to do." So she's the one that gave the girls a heads up. So I guess that's
I wouldn't penalize her for that because everybody does it with a wink, wink.
Absolutely.
I mean, every school in America knows that John Smith of XYZ University College has the money, and you can say, "Oh, by the way, I know this fella, this person."
You may want to talk with old John.
Yeah, you might talk with old John. He kind of loose with his chains.
Yeah.
Guys, Miami messed up when they cut ties with Nevin Shapiro and Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell. They should have left those guys alone. That was an
Luther had them rolling.
OG NIL guys.
Well, AP, tell us how we can see how we see it.
Hear you.
Here we go. AP and Kelly as we see it. And like I say, we're on about 20-plus stations around the state of Alabama. And you can look on our Facebook page, AP and Kelly as we see it. And we have all the archived episodes every week. This week we had Jason Campbell. He's the new radio analyst for Auburn University.
New color commentator,
And we had Ryan Fowler from Tide 100.9. So those were our two guests. And we had a robust discussion about the SEC and some other things. And so I hope people get a chance to listen and enjoy it. But really wishing Jason well. He's a gentleman, and I was enjoy our conversations.
All right, AP, thank you so much for your time this morning, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Be safe down in New Orleans and have fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have fun.
Leave Bourbon Street alone, young man. Nothing there for you. Nothing there for you.
Thank you very much. I'll take it under advice.
I'm sure you will.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. See you, buddy. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Steadham, our Swami of the SEC. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days, it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent to own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
This is Shelby Davis, West Limestone head football coach, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Coach Clint Legg, Todd the Bod Tumlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got the softball coach from the Clements Colts, Jessica Wallace. Hey, Coach.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. Sorry, we're getting our Diet Cokes here. I don't need a straw, ma'am. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, did you want a drink?
I got a water over here.
Oh, okay. She's got a water. All right. She's got a water and a notebook full of handwritten notes.
I get you.
Absolutely.
You came prepared like we were going to ask good questions or something.
So the last time you were on this show, you were talking all kind of bad about your principal.
That's right. My question to her is, why aren't we practicing?
No, that's something Todd would have said.
No,
I know better than that.
I would never.
We should be warming up to play right now. But
hey,
my question was, how big of a pain is it to deal with him?
Answer, Jessica. I'll let her answer.
Well, I just asked him. I said, "What are you getting inducted in the Hall of Fame?" He said, "No, my wife Chastity." I said, "Oh, how does it feel for you and Brett, my husband, to have 2 Hall of Fame wives now?"
Oh,
he says,
I said,
"Tell him you're not going to tell them they're actually worthless wives." But
that's what they used to say on that 70s show. Burn.
That's right. That's right.
So, obviously, the weather's not going to it's not going to
not being nice right
does
now.
it ever? I mean,
This time of the year, I'm just glad it's warm, though.
Yeah, no kidding. How far along have y'all gotten, and how much time have you been able to get on the field between the cold and the mud and whatever else?
Oh, we go pretty much whenever we can, or we go indoors, and I'm always the first to claim the gym, so we get them.
There you go. But still, though, you throwing and all that stuff's wonderful. But man, you just can't assimilate.
Yes, it's
dirt,
harder to go in the gym for sure.
Grass. Yeah.
Coach Childress is going to make it hard, though, to claim that gym.
He has been a little diva, Warren. They're hitting. He's trying to go in there. And,
that was one of my
coach.
questions this morning. Do you have any softball players that are playing basketball?
We do. We have Jenny Trent and Aubrey, and then we got Haley Braden as a cheerleader as well. So we got 3 out. But we play Tuesday, Lindsay Lane at 4:30, and I sent out a message last night and said, "Will you all be ready to play after the game?" They said, "Absolutely, let's go."
Okay, so they're gonna play the game in the morning and then play softball that afternoon. That's the live in the world. That's the life right there.
That is awesome.
I said, look at the forecast. Tuesday's the only not chance of rain all week. So are you ready to play? And they said, absolutely. They're ready to get on the field.
That's great.
We're going to win Tuesday. They won't be playing.
They can still play. Well, they're not allowed to play.
No, the girls, are the basketball girls won't
She's
be
talking about the team in general. I got
team
you.
in general.
Hey, Jessica, just go through the notes there, Miss Organization. Go through them.
So you can't play 2 sporting events in one day?
Well, let me just tell you this much. Our girls are in the Final Four of state basketball. I'm pretty sure that Coach Childress is going to frown on his starters playing 2 sports. I would, And it's just this week. I mean, she'll have them.
The rest of them.
After Friday, hopefully we play Friday at 12 if we win Tuesday. And then they're softball players from here on out.
We had picture day Monday, and when they all came out, they said, "Can we just get a few reps in, a few ground balls?" I said, "Nope.
No,
I'm not going to be the one to blame."
To break a nose right before, yeah.
We've had a few injuries already, and it's kind of put us out. And then so we're kind of without 5 starters right now, but we've had to bring a few middle schoolers up, and they've been able to fill their own practice. We haven't played a varsity game yet,
so you're starting out young.
A little bit young, but we have a lot of upperclassmen. We got 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, 3 freshmen. So we're ready to go.
So once everybody's back, the basketball players, the ones that are injured, how many starters will you have?
I truly believe 1 through 9, 1 through 10. If we play that flex and DP, we're ready to. We got a lot of power in the lineup.
Nice.
Yep. So. Pope and Inscat came out and got the line from the co-op. You telling me about not too long ago.
That's right.
That was pretty cool.
They love helping out, man. And I tell you what else. I'll go ahead and say this. I'm all about it. When I watch softball, I kind of know the game a little bit now from my kids playing it. But when I go watch practice now, I see Jessica and her assistant coach is very organized. Kids working, kids moving. We got them a new spot down there. They have a locker room now. They don't have to dress in a car. They don't have to use the bathroom in a porta-john no more. We don't have to pull up a Pepsi trailer. It's all there in one. Public restrooms there. It's a very nice place for them. That's going to help them out a lot.
Yeah.
And when she's going to put a great product on the field. She knows the game. She knows it inside out. She's a hard worker, and in my opinion, the best PE teacher I've ever been around. She's that when it comes to school. I'm just so glad to have her, and so glad to have her as a softball coach.
No offense, Coach. Are you going to rank her above Garland Murphy as far as the best PE teacher?
No, I can't do that.
Because Debbie's listening, and she's saying no. Coach Murphy.
But it's a different era. Listen to this. When Coach Murphy was PE teacher at Clements, you didn't dress out. You got to paddle it.
That's exactly. Dodgeball up
now,
the face.
Dodgeball is a real deal. Sometimes we threw in some basketballs.
Trying
to get a little bit tougher.
Well, yeah, you got to get tougher. I mean, dodgeball hurts, but basketball hurts.
Yeah,
but
blood.
Coach Murphy would not survive in 2023.
None of them would.
And bless his heart, love that guy.
And God bless y'all for having to survive.
Exactly.
Honestly,
the
way it is,
True.
Yeah, Coach Murphy, I love you, but I'm going to run you.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to Coach Wallace here.
She's got notes.
Notes, man.
Let's go on, Jessica.
Get out of the way. I'm inhibiting progress.
Let's talk about our area. We got Lauderdale County, Mars Hill, Colbert County. Ooh. Pretty tough to get out of right there. But I think we're going to surprise some people. I think we went over to East Limestone with junior high, and we had a 7-1 lead going in the last inning. And I'm not going to talk about what happened, but we ended up coming out with a win.
That's because you were at East.
Yeah, and it was pretty big, even though it was a junior high game. But coming from East to Clements. But it was a whole new. I mean, we went in there, walking in side by side, said cleats on. You know, we're gonna be organized. Intimidation is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So
I love
I feel
that.
like,
I really do.
Absolutely.
You know, I feel some people are gonna be like, oh, it's just Clements. Well, it's not a problem. Well, yeah, let's show them that we are gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that might happen the first 2 or 3 games, but then all of a sudden it's gonna be like, oh, it's Clements. It's gonna be a tone, the same words but a different tone. You know. You know.
But we got a lot of power in the lineup. They've been working hard in the weight room this season with Coach Parker. He's got all the middle school girls, and then Rod Bird comes in with us in the afternoons to get the high schoolers going. But most of our girls play 2 to 3 sports, and in softball they're playing 2 to 3 different positions. It was a little crazy at first, and they're like, I don't get why I'm going here or there, but I'm like, you know, it's because when we put you in a game, we want you to know exactly the situation.
You never know when somebody's going to go down, whether it be injury or just not having a good day, sick, whatever. And you have to be able to play.
We got 4
positions.
pitchers, but depending on who is pitching, the lineup or the infield totally changes around.
Now, do you maintain your weight room regimen during the season, or do you pull back a little bit?
We pull back a little bit just because we're playing anywhere from 3 to 5, 6 days a
not
week.
Much time to get in there.
Wednesday's kind of our only day. Then you want to go late. We do a lot of stuff with band work and body weight at the field just to keep them in shape.
During the season, that's probably the way to go anyway.
Absolutely.
I mean, besides avoiding the injury. I mean, at that point, you're either strong or you're not strong.
It's a lot of arm care.
Right, exactly. And what you have to take.
Recovery.
Yep. So talk about your, like how many games do y'all have scheduled?
We got 17 varsity games, and we're in 4 tournaments.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Nice.
You're supposed to be in one today, weren't you?
Yes, sir. It got moved to next Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That'd be the Mary Jane Invitational.
Really?
She was already trying to steal games from me last night. Said, "Hey, you're playing basketball. Can I pick up your game?" I said, "No, we're going to still play that."
Heck yeah, you got to get all the reps in.
Come on, Coach.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Friday, we're actually supposed to open up with Colbert County, which would be our first area game, but it's a 6% chance of rain. And then if our girls are in the finals, that will.
What day is that?
This coming up Friday.
Okay, yeah. But I see where, I'm actually on 80% now, but Saturday 60 degrees and sunny, so
that's good.
Maybe the tournament part will go good, but yeah, Friday doesn't look like it's going to be. Things can change a lot between now and then.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe your area schedule might hold off for a little bit since you got girls in the tournament, but you can always swap games around, I guess.
Yes, so. I'm going to reach out and just try to get those pushed back a little bit. When I got hired, all my area games were already scheduled. And so I didn't really get to look at the full picture of dates and everything. And I learned a lot from my first year as head coach for sure of how to properly plan a schedule, because I was not very good when I'm getting emails right and left say, "Hey, will you play again? Will you play a game?" and not really paying attention. Like I got 6 home games in a row, and then we're on the road almost the whole month of April.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. So you're just looking at just getting those games in and all that, and then like you said, you look up and you go, "Uh-oh."
Yep.
So this is your second season at Clements?
First.
First.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For some reason,
Jessica,
I thought you'd been there.
what I want to know.
We had an interview last year, but it must have been after season.
It was.
Yeah.
What is a successful season to you this year?
Just trying to at least win an area game against each team, and then go into that tournament and move on to regionals. I mean, it's pretty high expectations, not just low. And I think they were 5-14 last year. So I mean, I'm not going to be happy unless it's at least 50% or above for sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to set those goals and those expectations, and if the girls come in and do what you've taught them to do and how to do it, all that's going to work out. You're going to lose a game or two that you may not should. You're going to win a game or two maybe you shouldn't, but then all of a sudden you're there, and it's their tournament time, and they're ready.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at practice they never complain. They're willing to do all the crazy drills we put them through for the first time. They're a little confused, and then they start to get the hang of it, and we're like, wow, y'all exceeded our expectations for sure. And they just have that fire in their eyes and that grit and grind.
Yeah. And once it starts clicking, and you see it's clicking, isn't that a great thing, man, to see them getting it?
And they're there for each other. Yeah. I mean, it's all starting to come together.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It was kind of that way with Coach Childress. I keep wanting to call him Pressler, but it's not Pressler. It's Childress.
I don't care. Call him that.
Call him anything.
Call him what you want.
It's like the girls bought into his system, and everything started happening. The girls are buying into your system. Everything's starting to happen.
I think you're reading my notes because that's what it says right here. The culture of the softball program and the culture of women's athletics at Clements is totally shifting. And it started, with Coach Childress and that girls basketball team. And ever since season, it was like not as much school spirit and buy-in. And now, oh my gosh, it's if you were down at Wallace State and the excitement down there, it is awesome.
It was awesome.
But
you know what? Exactly.
This guy to my left right here,
I was just fixing to mention Coach Legg and the atmosphere. And I'm not blowing smoke. Obviously we're friends and have been for years, and I consider him a brother. But the atmosphere he's created and allowing the coaches to coach and the growth and then the facilities that you've provided, like the softball field and the other stuff is.
Yeah, that's what I was
the
going to say.
environment is just so much different and better and. So yeah, you're right, Coach.
You said the girls don't have to change in the car anymore. Yeah. I'm going, what? Girls change? No. You need
Tom, they did that that field's been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
And my question is for 20 years, these girls have dressed in their cars, but more than that, man, there's a porta-john out there that smells a mile away. Man, that's no. I feel like all Limestone County's behind.
You're not
when it comes to
workers.
When it comes to facilities in comparison to the people around us. Yeah. Athens facilities, incredible. Madison City schools, incredible. We've got to catch up, or we will continue to lose good athletes to Athens and to Madison City schools.
And it's not just at Clements. It's at other.
It's
who pays for that? I mean, is that the county system that pays? The schools themselves, or
All right.
You can't get in trouble now.
Don't
get him in trouble.
Fire in the hole here. Get in trouble about athletics. I'm a real big, as you guys know, a big proponent of athletics because I'm not going to ever forget where I came from. I think we could figure out a way to budget money. To figure out a way, I still want good things inside the classroom. I still want all that, but I want our kids to have today we could be playing at Elkmont Fed Turf Fields.
Yeah.
Today we could be playing around the county. Is that an investment? Absolutely. Is it expensive? Absolutely. But it'll pay for itself in years to come.
Yes, it will.
We'll get good kids, and good kids want to come in and play sports. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you look at West, Ardmore, and you look at discipline, you see the kids that play sports, when they got a coach like Jessica that's going to keep up, man, I don't discipline them. I call her. I don't discipline football guys. I call Coach Parker. I don't discipline girls basketball. And it's just when you're playing sports, man, you had Coach Drake that you got to go answer to.
Yeah, and I'd much rather answer to the principal.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to say is my athletes, I hold them to a higher standard. But for the most part, they're pretty good when it comes to being there, being on time, and some of them are knuckleheads, but for the most part, and those are the kind of kids I want at Clements. People that add stuff to the community, people that's going to be a good part of the community, and that's the way you do it. Build good facilities. What does it say? Build it and they'll come. I'm just saying, I want us in Limestone County to be known as, man, Limestone County's got the greatest baseball, softball, basketball, soccer facilities I've ever seen in North Alabama.
Right, they'll come.
And now we got Toyota Mazda that might jump on board and help us fund all that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Be really great.
Hey, man, pretty good job right there, wasn't it, guys?
Yep, absolutely. Oh, we got to go so quick. We didn't talk enough to Coach Wallace.
Well, we'll have her back on plenty of times. The season's going to be long and good. And
give us a parting shot. Tell us what you wanted us to know before you leave. The main thing you wanted to get across since we took off all your time.
I just wanted everybody to know that we're here. We're going to go after it and hopefully surprise some people. Talking about facilities and everything, we had 9 sponsors last year. This year we got 32 banners.
Sweet.
We're having a ton of facility upgrades. Like he said, build it, they will come. And I'm trying to build the softball program, so they will come. I need his 2 daughters there, though, but Mr. Legg's daughters.
They're turds.
Oh, Dad.
But
that's
maybe
awesome.
some more communities will be built out in Clements, and we can get some more students in there.
There you go. All right, Coach Wallace.
Come watch them play.
Come watch them play. Thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck. Get some dry weather so you can get the girls on the diamond.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hayden Blakely from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
This is Tyree Washington, 400-meter world champion in track and field, former NFL player, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak.
It's just a freak show anyway.
Man, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing okay, good. Seen the thing about your mom. I'm so sorry to hear about it, and just giving you our deepest condolences, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Very welcome. So what's going on in the Havoc country right now?
Well, they had a loss last night in Fayetteville, lost by 1 goal, 1-0, but they take them on again tonight. So it should be another good match. Just trying to kind of finish out the season here and see where things kind of end up. I mean, we don't have another home game until March 10th, so got a little bit of time that they'll be on the road and be able to get some of those road wins and then finish out back at home.
What position? Not position. What ranking are they now in the league?
You would have. I was just looking that up on my phone.
And I tell you what, last week when I looked, the standings are tight, man.
Yes.
I mean, from top to bottom, well, not bottom, but top to about top 6-7 teams.
Yeah, everybody's really, really close. It looks like Peoria is kind of, on their own and in first place, and then the Havoc currently right now are in 4th place. But the second place is Birmingham with 55. Peoria's got 65 points, and then Birmingham's in second with 55, Knoxville with 53, and then us with 52, Roanoke with 51, Pensacola 43. So Evansville 48, Pensacola 43. So yeah, it's everybody's still, because you're looking at 56 games. The Havoc's played 41, so you got a pretty good amount of time left to be able to do that. So it's going to be kind of a finish to the end, but we've talked about it before. It's like once you get into the playoffs, if you're not the higher ranking seed, you're on the road, and it could be pretty tough. So
yes.
We'll see how well they fare. Like I said, they play Fayetteville tonight, in the final game of the month, and then starting out with the next within March. We won't be back home until the 10th, but we only have one game in between then and Macon, so it's kind of going to have a little bit of a dry spell, and then that hits pretty hard throughout the month of March with the 10th, 11th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 24th, 25th, 26th, and 31st. So I mean, it's going to be cramming it all in there at the end, and playing decent teams. We'll be playing Roanoke, we'll be playing Evansville, Macon's struggling, but we'll get Birmingham twice in that period, and then get Pensacola once. So it'll be a tough road to see how they fare and how they end up, and then they close out the season in April with Pensacola, and then final two games with Quad City, which should be too good in the final two games of the year at home. So
now, I'm sure we've talked about this, but now the team that disbanded, I can't even think of who it was now.
Vermilion County.
Yeah, Vermilion. So, all right, the games. So, how's that going towards the records for everybody who's played those games? Or is it just completely wiped away from the record, or is it still counting to some degree?
No,
or?
It still counts on your record, and
Okay.
they did reroute the schedule so that other teams would get games in. Because, like I said, it's different how we look at certain things. I watch the Havoc fan cave, and people get so upset about certain things, but it's like you got to break it down and realize that it's a business.
Right.
So losing games doesn't help. You need that revenue,
Absolutely,
especially for the home game. So they've had to do a lot of that to kind of reroute and rework, and I think they've done a pretty good job of it. And then they've allowed some of the teams, if they wanted to pick up some of the kids that played on Vermilion County. So, I think it's been a good situation. The whole situation in Vermilion County was a complete train wreck. There's some podcasts that are out there that talk about some of the stuff that was going on and the owner that they had there, and it was just really, really bad. And a lot of people were getting mad that the league wasn't really commenting, and then there was games where they would show up and they weren't there, but the league was just trying to make it to where they're gone and that owner's out, and there wasn't any kind of legal action that could be taken back against the league if they'd said something or done something wrong.
It could have come back to bite them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, we have to take the fan hat off sometimes and put the business hat on. And like I said, it's easy, to make comments and be kind of that armchair quarterback and have your opinions, and they're all well and good, but it's not, definitely not what the fans think it is. And even though they take it as any kind of level of sports with, same level as Alabama or pro level, it's just not the same.
Well, big basketball game tonight. Tom's been saying all morning the Tigers own the Wildcats or something like that, Clint. I don't know what that something wasn't.
I heard
y'all wished y'all had the program that the Tigers had. Just things like that.
He said they better call Sam Bowie.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a comment.
Well, that it seems like that Auburn team, and I don't want to jinx it too bad, but that Auburn team is, I think, the only team in the NCAA that loses 6 out of 8 and only drops one spot with every loss and stayed in the top 25. I was like, that just doesn't happen. I think Kentucky lost 2 games and they were out of the top 25.
Yeah.
They give up on them.
That's like TCU football.
Auburn's losses are by 3 to 4 points. The majority of them. There's a few of them where they got run out of the barn, but for the most part, it's just been a tough football.
But all kidding aside, they're
game.
always great games. There have been the last 3 or 4 years.
Absolutely.
Very entertaining just from a basketball fan aspect,
College basketball, and it probably could be tons of dynamics that that you can add in there and talk about. But this year, to me, has been one of the strangest years. Yeah. But I think it's because you got the NIL that's kind of coming in. You have, we seem to forget. We look at our teams and we say, oh, it's Kentucky, they're going to be great. Well, if you got kids that just come out of high school and they're 16, 17 years old, and you're expecting them to just completely be advanced. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
No.
And you'll see these games where it's like there's no consistency because they haven't played.
They're not a team. They're not a team yet.
Right.
They haven't gelled. And the year before they're playing in front of maybe 1,500. Now they're throwing in 20,000 in Rupp. Yeah, big, different world.
Absolutely, yeah. And then a lot of them, their mindsets are, I hate to say it, but it's like you got these kids that are worried about the next level. And I think there was Michael Jordan recently made a comment about the NBA is like that you're not going to ever see these people that play while they had the flu or a sore ankle, or they're not going to play through anything because there's no way they're going to risk the millions and millions of dollars that are ahead of them or the potential of.
Right.
Yep.
So that changes the dynamic too, where it's just it's one of these things. I don't know if there's a problem or a way to fix it. I wish there was, because I'm probably a bigger college basketball fan than anything. But even as saying a Kentucky fan, I'm kind of getting tired of learning a whole new team every year.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I don't know that guy. Where'd he come from? Never heard of him. So yeah, it's interesting. But who knows? I could come out and say, hey, Kentucky's been playing on fire, and Auburn has not been. But I mean, it could come out and Auburn could beat them by 30 points today. I mean, it's such a weird.
Well, it depends on which team gets on the floor. I went down for 2 games with press passes, and we won both by. I mean, it wasn't even close, Georgia and then Missouri. So it just depends on which team shows up.
Yeah,
which one's shooting. Well, buddy, we appreciate you talking with us this morning, and it's time for us to take a break. But, dude,
thanks, guys.
I'll holler at you. Looking forward to seeing you on March 11th up there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We'll be excited.
All right.
Take care,
buddy.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, Clay Coleman, Freak Daddy himself. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
Congratulations to Dawn Ursery, Denny Carter, Alice Aubrey, Owen Carpenter, Elaine Jennings, and Aaron Conley. This week's Howl with the Havoc winners. They each pick up tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc in action this season. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Tailgate Talk will be right back.
It's 2023, and it's the year of the gig. Gig Speed Internet has the power to change lives, starting right where you live. Slay your workouts this year. Stream your sets, track your runs, chart your gains. Call WKNT at 877-954-8748 to get your gig life started today. That's 877-954-8748.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year and enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is West Limestone Boys basketball coach Justin Taylor, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. The appetizers here at Applebee's are very good, and if you take too big of a bite between breaks, You don't get it down in time for it to come back in. We enjoyed some calls the first hour on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. But this special guest segment is sponsored by Yellow Hammer Roofing, and we've got roofing. We got Greg Young and Jeff Hodges. God bless it. Jeff Hodges. It's been this way all morning, guys. I apologize.
It's that shirt. I'm telling you,
Clint blames it on the shirt, and I think I agree.
Barry's not here with us, but that's okay. We're in more than capable hands, right?
Hey, we got the president this year, so we're covered.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mr. President. Appreciate you joining us here.
Well, thank you, guys.
Well, let's get right into it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. Banquet's coming up.
May 20th.
May 20th. And will y'all have the golf tournament this year as well?
May 18th.
Okay. May 20th, May 18th. All right.
So this is earlier than it usually is. What's the story on that?
Tim, we ran into some conflicts both with the golf course and with the event center. Some maintenance at Canebrake that will go on around some internal tournaments they have. Okay. And we did not want to have that many people out there if the golf course was not in pristine shape.
Right.
So we moved it around a little bit to make sure that was the case. And there was also some conflicts up at the event center. So that's what prompted us to move it to where we're at this year.
So do you think it might stay in May from now on, or just kind of see how it goes? Or?
I think we'll just play it by ear. Yeah. I could see it moving back to early June possibly if we don't run into any conflicts. Yeah.
Before we get into the inductees, as we do every year, we talk about that golf tournament, how important it is for the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. We do sponsor scholarships. That's one of the main goals, if not the main goal, is to provide scholarships to deserving graduating seniors, and we don't make that money in the banquet. Banquet's pretty much a break even, but we make our money on the sponsorships and the participation in the golf tournament. So just wanted to point that out, that's very important that people come out and support us in that golf tournament. It provides the funds to do some good things.
And y'all do. Y'all have for years.
Oh,
the scholarship money that you've given away has benefited so many kids from this area. It's amazing. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, we've increased that to 4 scholarships now.
Wow.
A year, and we're very proud of that.
Should be.
Yeah, four $4,000 scholarships, $16,000 a year, and if my math's right to date, we've given away somewhere north of $90,000 in scholarships since the Hall of Fame was formed. So that is something that we're very proud of, and that's really the only thing we spend our money on is those scholarships.
Yeah.
That's great. And you said the golf tournament was at Canebrake?
It is, yes, sir. 1 o'clock. We'll have lunch at noon that day, and you guys are certainly welcome to come. We'd love to have you out there if you can. You guys are great supporters. Tailgate Talk, WKAC, I can't say enough about you guys and how you support the Hall of Fame, and we're really grateful for that and appreciate it a whole lot. And
it is the Martha Jo Leonard Memorial Golf Tournament.
Is it now?
Well.
That's awesome.
And we remember her when we do that that tournament and the great contribution she had to not only us, the whole city.
Yeah.
Correct.
What's it been, 2-3 years now? I think it's named after her.
I think this will be the third one.
Third, yeah, going
to
the third. Couldn't have picked anybody better to name it after, absolutely.
Yeah. And the Orthopedic Center has historically been a great sponsor for us all the way back to their Ortho Sports Athens days. So we're hoping, again, they'll be our generous sponsor again this year. They're awesome corporate citizens along with being great docs. We're fortunate to have them here in Limestone County.
So what is the entrance fee for the golf tournament?
$600.
Okay.
For a four-man team.
Foursome. Okay, four-man team.
$600 for a foursome, or if you want to have a whole sponsor, that's $100. And last year, honestly, I played in a lot of charity golf tournaments, been involved in many through the years, and I think we had more hole sponsors of any golf tournament I've been involved in. We had 3 or 4 sponsors on each hole, and I can't thank all those folks enough for the kind and generous support they give the Hall of Fame. It's been awesome.
Closest to the pin or longest drive, all that good stuff as well.
We gave away a car last year, Todd.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember
somebody
if that was the year before.
Jansen Burgess won a car from Jimmy Smith Buick GMC last year, who's our Hole in One sponsor.
That had to be so exciting, man. I wish I could have been out there to see that.
Well, let's start with some of the introductions. The the nominate or not the inductees. That's the word I'm trying to find.
To get started, I would just have them alphabetically, Jeff. I'm not sure how you have yours.
I do also.
I'll just say this about this year's class. We're very excited about this year's class. You know, all of the board members have different criteria when they vote, and you know, we want to include, you know, people from different schools, different sports, male and female, diversity. We want to include that. People have different emphasis. My goal is to get the best people, no matter what school they go to or whatever. I want the most qualified people in there. Some people want to. This year we got both. We got the best people, and we got a good diverse class in a lot of different areas. And the first guy is a good example of that. You know, we've always had the category of support personnel, not just athlete or a coach, but support. And this year we're putting in Leon Ashford. I don't know if you've heard that name before, but
Chris
Leon,
Ashford, name's Ashford.
Yeah.
Older brother.
Yes.
I grew up with him, and I didn't know Leon. He was older.
Yeah,
but
from this area and everything. If you don't know, he's an attorney. He's an attorney currently for the University of Alabama and for Coach Saban. But you know, he has been involved with the university since way back. You know, in '92, I think, when the university got in trouble, got put on probation, and he actually led the effort to get those sanctions reduced, and he did. He got 1 year removed probation. He got scholarships back for the university. I think that was the first time that the NCAA had ever reduced the sanctions the way they did. So he was very successful in that. But he's like I said, he great name in Alabama, and he's our first inductee this year.
Awesome.
He's an Athens High grad, I believe.
Yeah,
correct?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
he was a trainer at Alabama, actually, and he got to know Coach Bryant very well. And when he finished school, the story was that Coach Bryant said, "Well, boy, what are you going to do now?" And he goes, "Well, I may be a trainer down in New Orleans or somewhere like that." He goes, "Why?" He said, "Why the heck?" He didn't say, "Why the heck do you want to do something like that?" And he said, "Well, Coach, I don't have money to go to school." And he said, "Well, come to my office." And Coach Bryant brought him in there, made a phone call, and next thing you know, he's in law school. And
that's awesome.
That's how
I never
he
heard
got
that
help
story.
by Coach.
Right.
So
That's
he had
awesome.
a close relationship with Coach Bryant. So we're looking forward to hearing his speech and having him up as a.
Yeah, he's the first person to ever sue the NCAA. He actually there was a lawsuit against the NCAA during that time to try to get those sanctions reduced with Alabama. Right. So, and he's a senior partner in the oldest law firm, most recognized law firm in the state, Harewind, Newton.
Is it out of Birmingham?
It is.
That's what I thought.
It's out of Birmingham.
Right. But he's our first inductee. I'll go ahead and do the next one since he's an Athens guy.
Yep.
This guy I've been wanting to get in for a long time. Carlos Franklin. He was a great athlete at Athens High back in, I guess, the early 80s. Carlos, he actually ended up being 5A Player of the Year. You know, to be 5A Player of the Year is pretty extraordinary. But you think about this, he was not a running back, he was not a quarterback, he was a wide receiver, punt returner and everything. So to make 5A Player of the Year at that position,
shows you how dynamic he was.
That's exactly right. So he's been someone that I really wanted to get in for a long time. He played at UNA a little bit, but he had just a great time at Athens High School, and we're glad to put Carlos Franklin in.
Yeah, I think Barry Hamilton, I believe, on our board was his offensive coordinator, right?
That's right.
And Barry has said for years he may be the best, most dynamic player he ever coached.
Well,
he was incredible.
I can speak for that because I grew up with Goo. That's who we know him as, not Carl. Anyway, Goo was a superstar, man, and he, Coach Hamilton's right. He did a great job at Athens and played at UNA a while, but, man, always a dynamic guy, like Greg just said, a player of the year, you know, to be a wide receiver is special. But, man, Goo's a special guy. I see him often, and, congratulations to him. And man, what a good choice there.
Greg Greenhall, Coach Greenhall spilled the beans to me last weekend. He was in here during our show to visit Carlos. Carlos had texted him, and anyway, he wanted to thank him personally. But anyway, so yeah, that's a great pick. Absolutely.
That's good. Well, guys, let's hold off for just a second. We've got 2 down and several more to go. We're going to take a quick break. We're talking Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame with Greg Young and Jeff Hodges, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Junior Diaz of Tanner, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days, it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
This is Michael Dornay, former Big Out at the University of Alabama. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Roll Tide.
Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're here live with Greg Young, Jeff Hodges of Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, we've got two inductees down and 8 more to go.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's get back into it.
Well, our next guy is a name that may not be recognizable to a lot of people. I had not heard of this gentleman until I saw his credentials, but his name is Charlie Gover. He's from West Limestone. I think he was a multi-sport star over there. I've talked to Charlie a couple times in the last few days, and he's just a gem of a fella. And as Clint said during the break, he could not be more appreciative about being in the Hall of Fame. But he graduated from West Limestone High School in the late 60s, but he became a track star. He went to Calhoun and then on to Austin Peay and ran track. He was a cross-country champion and Calhoun MVP back in 1970, and I think he was the runner-up in 1971 in the junior college ranks. He went from there to Livingston, but then they dropped their track program, and he ended up at Austin Peay in 73, ran cross-country and track up there from 73 to 75, set the school indoor mile record at 4:19.
Dang!
And the 2 mile at 9:09. Wow. Outdoor mile at 4:18. And he was ranked 4th in the OVC in the 2 mile in 74. And he also coached around here. He was a football coach at Danville from 78 to 2000. I don't think he was the head coach. I think he was an assistant, and he coached track and cross country at Sparkman from 2006 to 15. coached a young lady by the name of Katie Hudson, who was a 15-time state champion in cross country.
Wow.
While he was at Sparkman. So quite the credentials there for Charlie, and he's just a gem of a fella, and we look forward to having him in the Hall of Fame.
Real quick, if you don't mind me asking, this may be not a question I should ask, but do you know who nominated him?
Vicki Lindley.
Okay, I don't know Vicki either, but anyway, that's a great nomination.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you've ever run the mile, 4:18.
That's a sprint.
That's smoking.
That is, you know. And especially for, let's just be honest, back then, nutrition and training and all that wasn't what it is now.
That's right.
4:18 is smoking now. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Yep.
Great credentials. The next guy on the list, a guy I know a little pretty well, a teammate of mine at Athens, Greg Haynes.
Yeah.
Greg Haynes was a three-sport athlete at Athens. He played football, but he played baseball and track as well, and just has great credentials. He was the he played beside me on defense in '75. He was the free safety. I was a cornerback. And he was part of the 75 state championship team. The following year, after I graduated, '76, he moved to quarterback. He was quarterback of the co-championship team in '76, and then played in '77. He was All-American in football, but he did really well in baseball and track. He was a most valuable player, all tournament track. He lettered in indoor team. He just had some great records. Of course, he went on to Alabama. He was part of that class along with Benny Perry. And I remember talking to Benny Perry about Greg. And he said, man, that Greg was one of the best athletes. He was probably better than Benny was. And,
really?
Benny was a great athlete.
Benny was a great athlete, but he said they were out there on that old AstroTurf field beside Coleman, the old practice field. And he said he heard Greg's knee pop from across the field.
Ouch.
And that ended Greg's career, unfortunately. But he went down there with a lot of – he was very sought after. Yeah. Coach Bryant came after Greg, and just a great guy, and we're just really honored to have Greg in this class.
Yeah. Great induction right there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually surprised he's not already in, to be honest.
Well, sometimes
there's a lot of
we have so many people that are deserving. We've got a whole list of nominees. We always want more nominees. I'll go ahead and throw that out there right now. There's a lot of people out there in the county and the city that need to be in the Hall of Fame and would be if they were just nominated.
Right.
We as board members don't make nominations. The nominations have to come from family, friends, teammates, coaches, that sort of thing, and we encourage that. You go out to our website, you just look up Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. Our form to nominate is on there, and it's not a real long form. It's just
a single page.
Give the basics of them. Try to put a picture of that person in, and submit it, and they'll get consideration. We spend a lot of time studying these people, and it's hard to make with the people we have on this list already. It's hard to make this induction class.
I'm sure, and that's the thing. You get more and more nominees, and that pushes other nominees not down the ladder, but kind of down the ladder, right?
It does.
So let me ask you this: I know in the past, I think y'all said that y'all would never take a nominee off the list, but with you getting more and more and more, do you have any idea right now how many nominees you already have sitting out there?
There's roughly, give or take, 70 or so.
Oh, okay. I thought it'd be more than that. It's not. Still, that's a lot.
It's roughly around 70 or so.
And obviously different categories and different sports.
And actually, Todd, going back to what Greg said, we're inducting 10 people this year, and we only had 3 new nominees for this year.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot. We can sit around here and talk all day about people that need to be nominated from almost every school, some more than others. Sometimes we try to reach out to folks if we know people, since we can't nominate, to encourage people to nominate them, because there are people that glaringly need to be in the Hall of Fame that have not yet been nominated.
Yeah. And I meant to ask you this earlier. So how many's on the board? How many vote?
Well, typically we have 15 board members. Unfortunately, right now, Todd, we've had 2 board members pass away fairly recently. So we're down to 13 right now, but we'll replace those. Probably wait till after the ceremonies on the 20th, and then do that kind of what we call the off season as we look to replace them.
Hey, but Greg, another great choice, man. Me and you we were talking before we got on the air. My whole life from when I was a kid growing up was Athens football with my dad.
Yep.
That was our groove. And if I were to put a Mount Rushmore of people from Athens, think about the guys that's already in there. Freddie Smith, my neighbor, who still looks like he can play.
Yeah.
Adolph. Now you got Mr. Haynes in there. Golly, man. And you
well, that
keep
whole
on going
team.
here. I mean,
that team was bad.
You could go 21 deep with those guys from that championship team, and all of them deserve it.
I mean, I'm a little bit older than Clint, but still,
Yes, you are.
but younger than you, Greg, a little bit. But I mean, I can remember, if not being at a ball game every Friday night, dude, I was glued to that radio. To me, y'all were college. I mean, you really were, and I wanted to be Greg Haynes. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to be that cool quarterback with all the girls. I wasn't, but that's who I wanted to be.
Well, you know, that team also, we have a few other members from that team. Thomas Woodruff is in the Hall of Fame. Bill Ming is in the Hall of Fame. And my good friend Steve Parker.
I was going to say, Steve was who I was trying to think about a while ago. I knew there was a receiver in there somewhere.
You know, you think about that
loaded.
Team, I think we had 6 Division I players off of that one team, and that's pretty awesome. You don't see, you think about that in today's, that's unheard of.
Yeah, unheard of.
That is awesome.
I was lucky,
at any level.
I was lucky to just have a uniform on.
No, don't sell yourself short, buddy.
It was a great time to be at Athens, but we're glad to have Greg in there. Well, we're ready to go to the next one.
We'll go on to the next one.
We got somebody that may know something about this next one.
This one is some at the table here may know a little bit than others do firsthand, but our next inductee is Chastity Campbell-Legg, who I watched play personally, watched her coach, certainly could not be more deserving. Played over at West Limestone High School, was all-county basically every year she played, county MVP her junior and senior year, almost 1,300 rebounds, over 2,400 points, three-time all-state selection, held the school record for most points until somebody very near and dear to her broke it, which would have been her younger sister did that. She went on to play at Belmont, was a 3-year starter there, and did a great job up there. They played in the A-Sun. She scored over 1,100 points up there, had almost 400 rebounds, and is among their top 25 all-time scorers, 5th in field goal percentage in a single season, and 3rd all-time career field goal percentage. She's also was volleyball all-county for 4 years and county MVP her senior year, was selected all-state twice. She's coached over at East Limestone for about 10 years. She was up home at Ardmore for about 5. She's currently out at West Limestone, her alma mater, and she just does a great job there, and we're certainly honored to have Chastity as part of this year's class in the Hall of Fame.
She been giving you a hard time, Coach?
Here's what she's doing, man. She's looked online since she heard. I wanted to get the envelope before she got it. I didn't win. She won that. But she trying to find her something to wear and says, I'm not like you. I can't talk. I'll pass out. And I said, well, Greg and Jeff and Barry, they have paramedics on hand. But here's what I can say about her. And he said it, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not going to cut her no slack because she's my wife. Hard work through her daddy, taking her up to the gym, making her do it. She hates to lose a lot more than I do. And she's put that in my girls, and now they hate to lose, and they love to work. But Chastity's not. She's 6'2". She's 6'3", but she's not listening. I can say this. She's not athletic by no means. She's a hard work made her, if I had to say, her and Jana, but especially Chastity is who we're talking about. But man, I know she was appreciative, and the Campbells are very appreciative, and I am, and I can say that I grew up with a Hall of Famer,
and now you married
living well for the time being. I'm married to one at my house, and she's a great person.
Yes, she is.
Well, you were talking about people that need to eventually be nominated. I could see 3 members of that family being in the Hall of Fame with Shannon and Zane. They're all Hall of Fame worthy. They just need to be nominated.
And old enough.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but
that's right.
Absolutely. But, man, I speak for her. And she's another one that you want people in the Hall of Fame that appreciates being in the Limestone County Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know Goo is, and I know Chastity is, and that's awesome, and I know she really appreciates it.
Our next person was kind of came along in that heyday of Athens Bible School sports. Tracy Lowry, he was a multi-sport star there, basketball. 73, 74, 74, 75 captain, won a lot of internal awards there at Athens Bible School. They were conference and area champs in 74, 75. He was a captain on the baseball team for a couple years, best offensive player on some teams there, most stolen bases, highest batting average, most runs scored. They were area champs. He was all-county in 73, 74, 75, all-conference tournament team, played in the East-West Lions Club, on the all-state team for them, dual basketball. He got scholarships for both baseball and basketball to Florida College down in Tampa.
Nice.
Played there from 75 to 77, batted over 300. He came back to Athens State and actually played some baseball there, batted over 300 there. He graduated from Athens State in 79, and he's also one of their most distinguished Alumnus of the Year awards. So glad to have Tracy Lowry from Athens Bible School as part of this year's class.
All right. Well, gentlemen, once again, we got to take a quick pause, pay some bills, and we'll be right back. We're here with Greg Young and Jeff Hodges of the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. It's not stopping. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Got a comment for Tailgate Talk? Call or text us at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk on WKAC. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Mason Butler from Clements High School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance, transfer funds, and I was even able to apply for my checking account online. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery.
The world is changing.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clements Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change never hurt, huh?
Look for the download links at PASnetwork.net or TailgateTalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is my girl basketball coach, Tom Wallace, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're continuing our conversation with Greg Young and Jeff Hodges, the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, we're down to the Final Four.
Final Four. The next one on the list is another one of my teammates, Ollie McGee. Ollie McGee, we were talking about him earlier. Ollie, he graduated in '77, so he was on the '75 state championship team, defensive end, and the '76 co-championship team. But you know what an athlete Ollie was. Ollie has 8 state championships. Okay,
wow.
He's got 2 in football and 6 in track. If you look about his track accomplishments, he was an indoor state champion in '74, '76, '77, outdoor state champion '75, '76, and '77. He was the '76 triple jump record holder.
Wow.
'77, he was the 4x100 relay high school record holder. '77 state indoor high jump champion, a long jump, triple jump state runner-up in '77. Of course, he played football on the '76 and '77 championship teams, co-captain. He went on to UNA. He was the first team defensive starter in '78, most improved player. 1980 was second. They were in the second round Division II playoffs. 9 career interceptions at the UNA. He was 1980 Gulf South Conference Championship team. He was on that team, Gulf South champion for UNA. Ollie was just a great athlete. You talking about what a tough guy he was. He got hurt in the state championship game in '75. I remember, just kept playing. He was that tough of a guy. But he's a fine fella too. Lives up in Tennessee now, and we're glad to have Ollie finally in this class. So add another teammate of mine to the Sports Hall of Fame.
You're starting to. I'm starting to wonder, right? I mean, now you being in your position, we can still get you in, right? Can we still get you in?
No.
Or do we have to wait for you to step down? Is that what we're waiting on?
Qualifications.
We'll say you're qualified, Greg.
Hey, but another dog, man.
Yeah,
he just read you. Ollie, man. I get chills thinking about all them guys, Greg and all their teams up there, thinking about all the guys that's going in. They all deserve it, man.
Yeah.
There's not a guy that he's mentioned off these Athens teams. I don't want people to think, why is there so many Athens guys? Because heck, they deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, so when you're that age, when you're that young, and you're in the midst of doing all these things, do you remember, didn't y'all know it? Did you see it? Did you realize, oh, my God, look what we're doing?
No, we really didn't. We were just having fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, I'm going to mention something here. This is going to be coming out pretty soon. Hadn't been announced yet, but y'all know Keith Donovan.
Oh, yeah.
Keith, the writer, wrote The Missing Ring and that sort of thing. Keith is doing a documentary on the 1975 Athens High School team.
Well deserved.
And he's interviewed a lot of us for that. And that's going to premiere, I think, on April the 20th. They're still trying to get the venue worked out and all of that kind of stuff. But just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. April 20th, we're going to have a premiere of the and if it's done by Keith Donovan,
it's going to be well.
It's going to be very professional.
Yes.
And we've seen some excerpts of it and that sort of thing.
Does he have any game footage or anything like that?
Yeah, he has.
That's awesome.
I've given him all of that, and he's trying to contact everybody, and he's really going to do it right. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
April 20th, okay.
Yeah, April 20th.
Awesome.
I think that's the date. It may change, but that's.
Greg, you think they could have the premiere at Athens Cinema? How about that, guys?
Right over there next to the bubble hood, right?
Have to clear out the junk
That'd be
in
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's full of junk.
God, what a great group of guys, man. That is so awesome.
Yep.
Well, anyway, that's coming up. But, all right, ready to go to the next one? We're okay on time?
Yes, sir.
All right. This one is a little bit different because this one has been deserving to be in the Hall of Fame for many, many, many years. And there was only one problem. He's still active.
Really?
That's right. And part of our bylaws, it said that if you were still active, you had to be out of the sport to be considered. Well, we made a change on that. We decided if you're over a certain age, 65, and you're still active, you're certainly deserving of induction into the Hall of Fame. And Bill Murrell, am I pronouncing that right?
Merle.
Yeah,
Coach Merle.
Coach Merle has been deserving forever, and we finally got him in. He's part of this year's class. Of course,
and I'm so glad you did, because the man is not going to ever retire. I mean, he's going to die on the field. Right. Let's just say what it is. He's going to be telling a guy he's going to be rounding him third or second base, and he's going to collapse.
Yeah.
Jesus is going to say it's time to come home.
Jesus is going to say come home.
Well, you can't have anybody more deserving, I don't think. 896 games, wins. They won the 2008 state championship. He's been runner-up 6 times, 4 times in the quarterfinals, 7 times, or in the quarterfinals 7 times, 28 area championships. I mean, we can just go on and on. He's already in the Alabama High School Sports Hall of Fame.
So why not?
He's inducted to the Alabama Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. He's been there for 49 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, when me and Tom were growing up, Bible school was the team to beat. He was the coach to beat as well. You know, he led those teams. Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're glad we finally. Of course, he's coached track, cross country as well. 4 state championships, runners-up 7 times in track. Of course, he's been the athletic director there for 48 years, and nobody more deserving than Coach Merle. So he's our next inductee.
That's awesome.
Congrats to Coach, man. Yeah. Congrats to Coach.
Yes, we will. Thanks for the nudge in the rib. I was looking at something on my social media. But we are going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, come back with the final 2, and we'll close the show out after that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
It's 2023, and it's the year of the gig. Gig Speed Internet has the power to change lives, starting right where you live. Slay your workouts this year. Stream your sets. Track your runs. Chart your gains. Call WKNT at 877-954-8748 to get your gig life started today. That's 877-954-8748.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-5252 652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, the Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clements sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hey, this is Garrett McIntyre, former wide receiver for the Auburn Tigers, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside Coach Clint Legg, Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we're continuing our chat with Greg Young and Jeff Hodges, the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame inductees this year, and we're down to the final two, gentlemen.
We are. Our next inductee was a part of Clint. I think what would maybe at Clements, you can correct me if I'm wrong, was kind of the heyday of Clements sports back in the late 60s when Johnny Black was the coach down there, and they won a football and a basketball state championship. And this gentleman, Robert Stewart, was an instrumental part in those teams. He started out, from what we understand, based on our board member Snyder Washington, he actually started out at Trinity High School. Him and his brother did. His brother's also a nominee, Billy Stewart, and they were both very good athletes. I think Billy finished at Trinity and was a star athlete there, but Robert transferred down to Clements. In his high school years, he actually ended up being one of the first black students to graduate from a segregated Limestone County school. And he was a major factor in the success of those state championship teams down at Clements. He was all-state on the basketball tournament team that won the state championship in 1967. I've been told by people since we inducted him that his jumping ability was incredible. I was talking to actually Charlie Gover, the other nominee that we talked about earlier. He knew Robert actually from his days at West Limestone and was talking about what an incredible athlete he was. So Robert lives up in the Jeffersonville, Indiana area now, which is just across the river from Louisville, Kentucky, and hopefully Robert will come back to the induction banquet this year, but very deserving, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing Robert in May. Clint, you may have heard some things.
I defer those. I always call Coach Mike Nave, because Coach Nave is about 70, somewhere in there, and Coach said the same thing you did. You know, it being what a great segue into, it is Black History Month, February, and Mr. Stewart there was one of the first black athletes at Clements High School, paved the way for others to come to Clements High School, and was a major part. And like you said, Coach Nave said he was one of the three. We had three dudes that were just, but that's kind of like Athens with that team that Greg played on. But there's a lot of good athletes. When you can still see Mr. Stewart, because we keep those senior portraits on the wall at Clements. We do all those montage things there, and I go by there and look at those dudes, man. Last year you did John. I know John from when I was a second, third grader there. What a monster that guy was back in the day. But yeah, I know Mr. Stewart's related to Mr. Gill, James, and those guys down there at Clements, and another great athlete from Clements. So man, I know Mr. Stewart's really appreciative of this honor.
Absolutely.
Well, we're down to number 10, Tom, and it's somebody that's near and dear to my heart. He's a friend of mine and certainly a good friend of my son, and he is setting a precedent for the Hall of Fame. It's our first golfer to ever be inducted into the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame, Stuart Witt. Many of you may know Stuart, a local legend, but not only a local legend, but also, Stu was when Coach Sewell started recruiting my son. We were down at the Future Masters in Dothan, Alabama. It was the first time I'd ever met him and talked to him, and the first name he brought up was Stuart Witt. And Stuart was actually Coach Sewell's first recruit. He was his first signee when he became coach, when he came from Augusta to the university. And Stuart was his first person that he signed from here in Athens. He had a distinguished high school career, played on some really good teams, went to Alabama on scholarship, was a member of the golf team there from 2003 to 2008. He was academic honor roll in 2004, All-SEC academic honor roll in 04 and 06 and 07. He was a member of the 2008 SEC championship team, and his success in amateur golf is just too numerous to even to talk about here today. He's played in U.S. Mid-Ams. He's played in two of those. He's played in the 2014 U.S. Am, and if you guys don't know how hard it is to qualify for a U.S. Amateur Championship, it is probably one of the hardest things a golfer can ever do. It is extremely difficult to do. He's a 10-time club champion out at Canebrake, and he just won. Greg, I don't know if you know this.
I do know this.
Since we elected him to the Hall of Fame last weekend, he won the PGA-sanctioned Club Pro Championship up at Kiowa Island and outside of Charleston, South Carolina on the Ocean Course there, which has hosted Ryder Cups and PGA Championships. So, and not only that, y'all, Stuart Witt is one of the best guys you'll ever know. He does a lot of work with junior golf. He raises funds for junior golf all over the state of Alabama and some organizations he's involved in. So certainly deserving and great family, and honored to have Stuart as part of this year's class.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that tops out the class, and it looks like a very, very well deserving group of athletes.
Yeah, and I want to say, we appreciate what y'all two do and the entire board. I can't imagine having to sift through all that information, from whether it be the old nominees that you have all that information on to the new ones, and then having to decide who gets in for that particular year. And so thank y'all, because that's an overwhelming job. I mean, obviously anybody that's being nominated is probably more than well deserving, but everybody can't get in at once.
Exactly.
So, and then you have those new influx of nominees that come in each year. So hats off to y'all. Y'all have never let us down. Every year's been phenomenal. So thank y'all.
Well, let me say this, Todd, while you mentioned that. I've said I can't even, in 35 years in banking, I couldn't even begin to tell you how many civic and nonprofit boards I've sat on. And I say this every year from the podium at the induction banquet, and I'll say it here. I've never worked with a more functional board than our Hall of Fame board. Nobody has a personal agenda. Everybody's out what is best for, getting the class elected, to the scholarships, the money we raise, making sure it goes to a good cause. So I could not be more complimentary to Greg and all the board for the functionality we have. It is a really, really good group, and I really appreciate them all.
As a principal, I mean, when you talk about scholarships, there's $250, $500 scholarships here and there, but the amount of money that the Hall of Fame board, Greg and Jeff, do is incredible when it comes to kids, and it always goes to a kid that really needs it, really deserves it. So what I'm trying to say is that when you think about going to play golf, just remember those proceeds are going to help kids from the county. It's not going to anything else, so why would you not want to help our own?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I appreciate what they do, and this is awesome. And I sit there and I'm a very nostalgic guy when it comes to county sports, and this is awesome. And like you guys said, there's a lot of people that deserves in, and they'll be there one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of the scholarships, do we know who those recipients are?
Or do y'all
announce those?
Wait
to announce those?
Yeah, we're in the process right now, Tim. Those applications have been delivered to all the city and county public and private schools, and Barry Hamilton heads that effort up for us. He's got a committee, and he'll have a deadline where those scholarship applications will come in, and that committee will meet and choose the 4 recipients for this year's awards. But that will be done leading up to the banquet.
Okay.
So speaking of your son earlier, Jeff, it appears that young Master Lee is 2 under, tied for 41st in the Honda Classic down at just off of PGA Boulevard.
That's right. Well, thank you. I didn't know. I never looked to the end, but it's always good to know when he's playing good. That's okay. As long as it's good, I'm good with it.
I was watching it, a little bit of it yesterday, and it intrigues me because I travel down there. I've been traveling down there for 22 years, and sometimes I'll take the PGA Boulevard, but I always go to the right. I never have driven over to the left to look from afar, because I wouldn't be able to get in there, but to look and see that. And I just realized where I stay is at the most 5 to 7 miles away from from that course. So it's really, really cool.
Well, Lee had a great week last week, too.
Yeah, he did have a good week last week.
Yeah.
I know you're proud of him, man. And,
it's a lot of fun.
Hey, he learned from a good one. Don't think Dad can't hit a golf ball, fellas.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
He got his ability from his mother, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah. But no, thank you guys again for the support you give the Hall of Fame and for letting us come on here. You're always at our banquet, and we certainly appreciate that and the recognition you give us here on this show, and we don't take that for granted. So thank you. You're welcome at our golf tournament. We'd love to have you out there. We always have some former inductees that come back to that. So anything we're doing, you guys are welcome to be a part of. We thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for including us, yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Tim does a great job, guys, with everything Limestone County sports and doing all this. And, hey, before we go, I want to tell you guys this before we go. It's pretty important to me. Coach Jimmy Don Nave this week had some serious health issues.
I didn't know that.
Getting out of the hospital, and we wish him the best.
Absolutely. Be in our prayers. I didn't know that.
Absolutely. He's been there in a Huntsville hospital, I'm sure the best patient they ever had. Boy, he's awful. And he's out now, thank goodness. And I know Huntsville Hospital is better off.
Those nurses gave him a standing ovation.
Well, I remember the old slow pitch softball days. Jimmy Don, Lionel, other bigger brother, Mike there.
That's right.
There was some big boys. Dad played a lot with them. He was about the only one that used a wooden bat back then. Still put it over the fence. Jeff Pugh's dad.
Yeah.
Terry. Yep. Good days.
Back to the subject. Looking forward to the banquet and looking forward to watching my wife pass out. That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing Coach all dressed up in a tie. Being all pretty.
Well, congratulations to her and to all the nominees.
Absolutely.
This is one of the best classes we've had. I'm really excited.
And it's
about
really
this
cool
class.
too. The different sports.
Right.
And the diversity, like you said, it's and like you said earlier, Greg, they are all well deserving.
Yeah.
So it met all the criteria to get in. So yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, May 20th at the Event Center will be the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and Tom, let me.
Sure.
I hadn't said this. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
If you would like to attend the banquet, tickets will go on sale. You can contact the United Way office here in Limestone County. They are so gracious to help us coordinate ticket sales. None of us on the board have that ability, Greg, to really pull all that off. So, Kay McFarland and the kind staff at United Way. That's 233-2323 is the phone number there. Tickets will be on sale if you want to come out. We'd love to have you. Great meal, and then the induction banquet afterwards. And Tim will recognize the scholarship winners that night too. And so would encourage anybody that would love to come out. We'd love to have you. If you've never been, I have people tell me every year, man, I had no idea this was this good of an event.
Yes.
And then they keep coming back. So if you've never been to it, if you're just a sports fan, as Clint said, of Athens and Limestone County, whether you even have anybody in there that you necessarily have a connection to, I think it's worth your while to come out. It is a really good event, and we'd encourage you to do it.
The stories you hear from all the athletes and different people being inducted, that's worth the price right there. It really is.
Yep. Yeah. That's for sure. And also, May 18th is the golf tournament at Canebrake.
Correct.
Where to register for the golf tournament. $600 a team.
And that would be me, Tom. You can contact me, Jeff Hodges. You can contact me at First National Bank here in town, or my cell number is 256-497-6400. So
they can come by your house and eat supper, Jeff. Where do you live? So
he does get a lot of information.
My wife would, if she'll cook, we'll have you over. That's not a problem. But good luck with that.
He's telling the truth. They would welcome anybody.
That's right. He would.
That is area code 256-497-6400.
That's right.
And get your reservations in soon, because I'm sure it will go fast. Yes,
that's right.
Great people at this banquet.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, producer extraordinaire, I think we've done it. Stretched it out. What a great hour, gentlemen. Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all.
It turns out we didn't need Barry after all.
Well, yeah, that's right. Barry knows too much stuff on me.
Oh, gosh, I hear you.
He's awesome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Jeff Hodges, Greg Young, Coach Clint Legg, Todd DeBod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. This is Tom McClung, old Tomcat. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We will see you next Saturday.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.